Welcome to today's webinar, in which we'll be covering executive reports and business intelligence tools. We've muted all the attendees, but please use the comments box to answer any questions. And at the end, I'll review and answer as many questions as possible. And for any others, we'll get back to you with answers individually after the webinar. So here's a summary of the points we'll be covering today. You'll find out what the feature is all about and what it can do for your business, as well as an overview of all the smaller parts that make the whole picture. Let's start with a background peek into this powerful feature of priority. So what exactly is business intelligence? And priority is a series of advanced analytical tools that allow you to see how your business is performing at any given time. You can think of it like a snapshot of your entire organization, as it will change from day to day and possibly even within a day. So what can it do for you? Your system holds a vast amount of information that your staff enter on a daily basis, such as orders, invoices, customer details, and so on. With BI, this is all at your fingertips, so why not use it to your advantage? There's no better way to see your business's health at a glance and to be able to make informed business decisions armed with the most up-to-date and accurate information. Your data can be filtered and you can drill down into it, as well as having the option to compare data between months and years where relevant. You can analyze your products in terms of sales and purchases to find your most and least popular lines, as well as analyzing the customers who are buying them. You can even see how your employees are performing in certain areas. There are dashboards for several areas of the system which you're able to configure to suit your business's exact needs. So all the information you view is relevant and precise to your specifications. Because you can see what and how often your customers are buying from you, you can engineer your promotions more efficiently to get a better return on investment from your marketing efforts by ensuring that you're not targeting customers who won't be interested in what you're trying to sell them. One of the handiest advantages of BI is that you can identify areas within your business that need attention before they become too big to deal with. Examples of this could be finding stock lines that are not selling well or only seasonally, or customers who have stopped buying from you. The data shown in the BI tools comes from a specially prepared matrix which Priority needs to build in order to do its magic. For the purposes of today's demonstration, I've already prepared this, as it can take a while to run, but in the real world, you would set this to run automatically using the tabular task scheduler. This basically makes it a set it and forget it setup task. Okay, that's all the background theory covered. Now let's see the system in action. First thing to show you is the portlets. These are like mini dashboards for your home screen, and this is how you add them. This is the portlets icon here. So you can choose from this list of portlets to add to your home screen. I'm going to add customer invoices and profit and loss. I can move these around my home screen so they're wherever I want them to be. As you can see, where it's put them is a little bit untidy. So if I drag them about, the home screen adjusts accordingly to fit them in. If I change my mind, I can also delete them by clicking on the three dots here and going to the delete option. But what you see there isn't just pretty graphics. I can click on the graphs to view the business intelligence analysis. So for example, if I click on the January customer invoices, it goes straight into the BI report for me. So for this month, I'm going to break it down by customer. To do that, I click here and choose customer number. And this is a list of all customers who have purchased from my company in January of this year. As you can see, the customer called AY Supplies bought quite a lot of items from my company, whereas others were a little bit more modest in their purchasing. So what did this customer buy? I click on the customer number, I can go to the part number level of analysis. So it was only 2 products, but they do seem to like them. Now, this is all very good, but I want to see the whole of this year so far. I'll start by resetting the drill down by clicking this icon, which takes me back to the beginning. I now choose my date range. There are 2 ways I can do this using these icons here. This one works on individual dates, and this one works on periods. I'm going to choose this one and go to dates. So as you can see, I can have up to 10 different setups here, and I can have it showing me different companies as well. I'm going to go for my demo company, starting in January this year and ending at the end of this month. And I want to see the level of detail on a monthly basis. Once I've selected everything I need, I click the Go button, and the screen rearranges itself. And now when I drill down to customers, I can see that although the AY Supplies company made my turnover nice and healthy in January, they haven't actually bought anything from me since, these months being empty. That's a very useful metric to have access to. Now I know I can target them in my next marketing campaign, or even get in touch with them to find out why they haven't been buying from me lately. Perhaps I'm too expensive, or maybe they had bad customer service but didn't complain about it, so we don't know. On a similar note, I can see that Bird of Prey have bought from me every month this year. So I can keep an eye on them and see if their demand drops off, like it seems to have done for Acme products, which, as you can see, haven't bought for the last 2 months. Okay, so that's a quick way to view BI information, but there's a lot more than that in the system. Everything related to business intelligence lives in the executive reports menu. Here you'll find all the system areas that you can interrogate for your BI needs, and each has at least 1 dashboard as well as multiple BI analysis tools. You can find the data preparation tool here as well, which I mentioned earlier, should you need to update data on the fly. That's in the executive report maintenance and prepare all for analysis. But remember, that can take a while to run. Let's take a look at a financial dashboard. Here's the executive dashboard in the financial section. Now, each of these sections is called a web part, and you can choose which ones to display. The customer invoices web part is the one we saw earlier, as is the profit and loss one. To choose which web parts are displayed, click the design icon, which is the little pencil in any of these web parts. I'm going to swap purchase invoices for purchase orders and cash flow for sales orders, like this. Move cash flow. And drop in sales orders. Move purchase invoices. And put purchase orders in. You can only see 4 on the screen, but I can add more if I wish, and they'll scroll. Click the Go button, and everything updates. And now that I have the web parts that I want, I can view the information in a variety of formats by clicking on the different tabs. For example, I can view customer invoices as a pie chart. I can also click on any of these individual parts to get a BI drill down. I can go back with that arrow there. If I view the profit report, you can see I've actually made a loss in April and June. The indicators are user definable in terms of their range. And if I think I missed a line out there. If I click one, you can see what the range is set to. So here, 0 to 10 will show as a red dot there. Between 10 and 20 will show as an orange, and anything over 20 will show as a green. But I can change those in the setup to whichever range I like. You can also add KPIs or key performance indicators to monitor your business. And to do that, there we go. To do that, I pick key performance indicators and drop it onto the display. And when that refreshes, as you can see, I've got a scroll bar now because it's hiding on the bottom of the page. To add a new indicator, I simply click New Indicator and then choose what it is I want to have KPI for. So, for example, let's say I want sales orders, and I want to display the sum of sales orders for the current quarter, and the previous period will be the last quarter. And the system automatically chooses a title for me, but I can change that if I want. And then I click OK. And there's my KPI. It tells me that in the difference between the current period and the previous period has actually gone down 15% in terms of sales order values. Let's not forget that there are individual BI reports too, which is actually what we looked at earlier when I clicked on the portlet graph. Let's look at the sales order analysis BI report. Which is there. Much like we had before, I can split that into customer numbers and go down to the item level. For example, bird of prey we know has purchased every month for this year. So let's see what they're buying. And it looks like they're only buying the one product, but they're buying a lot of them. Rather than part number, I could also split it down into part family as well. And from there, you can see that most of my sales have been sound systems. And so as you can see, the whole system of BI is very configurable and user definable, and you can show exactly what it is you need to see. And with that, that concludes the webinar. And now I will look for questions.